Initially, I wanted to help you guys out by creating a video going over the top lessons I would give my younger self to see success quicker with dropshipping. However, I stumbled across my old case study going over how I was able to hit 27K profit in just 2 months at 21 years old. So what I decided to do instead, and I believe would be much more valuable, is I went over the top 8 lessons that I learned from watching that video and giving you guys my new insight as being 24 years old to add a little bit of sauce to it so you can get tremendous amount of value from it. I'm super excited to go over this because bro, like I'm finna be 24 next week. So by the time you see this video, I'll be 24, and to go over my 21-year-old self and see all that type of stuff is going to be cool to go over, but there's going to be a lot of nuggets dropping it. So be sure to click the like button so this gets out to more people just like yourself trying to get game. And if you get value from it, definitely leave a comment. Let me know what you got the most from it so I can create some more videos just like this. So without further ado, go ahead and get right into it, bro. So here are those top 8 lessons that I got from this video, of course putting my insight on it. But the first thing I want to point out with y'all, like look at this. Like this is when I was 20 years old in this screenshot right here, and then this on this left hand side is me at 21 years old. But to give you guys some back end on like where was I at in this photo right here. So I've been dropshipping since 2019, and throughout that year time frame I was just watching YouTube videos, trying this, trying that, getting some courses here and there, but could never really seem to get that profit that I really wanted. Like I was trying to get profit, I get some sales but wanted profit. So I hopped on the call like, yo bro, like this is one of my first mentors, AC Hampton. I was like, bro, come on, like what am I doing? I was just trying to pick up as much game as possible and see like what I can learn from it. So dang, it's crazy to look back at this. Like I said, next week is my birthday, May 14th. I'm gonna be 24 years old. So to see this, I was 21. This is December 29th, 2021. So like to see that now, it's just like, man, what a blessing. So let's get right into it. So lesson number 1 comes at 4 minutes and 35 seconds. So let's go to it.
Or was this a secondary income?
So starting off, it was a secondary income. I was selling cars at the time frame. The cool thing about that too as well, I was actually like living with my parents. So all the money I was getting from that, I was literally just dumping it into drop shipping. So I was doing pretty well with selling cars. So I was like, all right, I got some. Let me make sure I do good with this. That's why, like I said previously, that's why I got to ship.
And how what?
So the first thing that I wrote down was I use my 9-to-5 to invest into my business. Now I see a lot of people that want to get into any type of side hustle, but specifically like dropshipping or e-commerce, and they try to use their savings and try to make things happen. Yes, it's possible. However, if you use your 9-to-5 and use that to fund your business, you're able to consistently really put money into it. And whenever you do have that winning product, you can scale easy because you always have consistent income coming in. So that's one of the biggest things, and that's one of the lessons. Like use your 9-to-5 or use your part-time to really go ahead and invest in what you got, because that's your first business partner. That's what I always like to say, like your 9-to-5 is your first business partner, so use that wisely. And yeah, that's what I was doing at that time frame. So yeah, that's fire. I was selling cars and I was making pretty good money, still living with my parents and everything. So yeah, I used that money. I was like, you know what, let me invest into like some help, and that was the best decision I made. So now the next lesson is at 5:05. I said determination is key. Let's see what happened there. 5:05. It's right here. So let's watch.
What was that balancing? Like I know you were how many hours were you working doing cars at the same time of trying to get into e-commerce? How was that balance?
Selling cars, man, like the hours are definitely hectic because you can be at the dealership from 8 and then might even leave the dealership around like 8 p.m., maybe even 10 p.m., depending on the deal you're working on. So hours were kind of like iffy, but like at that time frame, I was super determined to like, yo, I need to get this at night whenever I got home, or even throughout like my shift sometimes, because, you know, it'd be dead throughout the morning. So I would just be working on my store and all that.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. So what made you actually...
And that's one big thing that I got from that. Like, bro, determination is key, man. Like, you all may know the book by Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. And like the biggest thing that you get from that book is, or one of the principles you learn from that book is, you got to have a burning desire. At that time, I was also reading that book, Think and Grow Rich. I was reading a lot of books. I still read books to this day, a lot of books to this day, because that's always ongoing student to the game and building knowledge. But you got to have that burning desire to really push towards what you want, because nothing's going to change if nothing changed. So I knew that I had to make sacrifices. I have to make changes to make that happen. And yeah, determination is key, man. Like, oh man, pushing through. I used to have to stay at the dealership for such a long time. Like, if you're watching this video, you sold cars in the past, or you're currently selling cars, like you start off like at 8 a.m., 7 a.m., 9 a.m. Sometimes like you won't be leaving the dealership till like 8 p.m., 9 p.m., depending on like who you're working with and the deal that you're working with. Like those can be some long hours, and that's Monday through Saturday. You only get like one day off really, which is Sunday. So it's a lot of hard hours, but determination. I had a very big burning desire, and determination was key. So that's big. So that's lesson number 2 that I got from this video, is if your determination is out there, like, come on. Man, I was 21, bro. Like, that's crazy. I'm getting game from my 21-year-old self, man. We true to this, not new to this. And yeah, that's fire. That's super fire, honestly. And to kind of give another thing, like, been in e-commerce since 2019. I've been teaching e-commerce and helping beginners since 2021. So all the things I've learned and everything is what I do with these videos, to kind of give that type of advice, because I've been in the game for a while, and super genuine behind it too, because I know there's a lot of people that do see some type of success and then try to help people that really don't have that attention to help, and scamming and don't really have like the methodology of helping. Like, being able to do it yourself is one thing, teaching is a whole nother thing, which is a skill that I've been practicing for a long time and gotten down a lot. So that's where that comes from. But man, get in the game. So lesson number 3 is, I said, started out with the general store, which is okay. Of course, I'm gonna leave the link in the description where you can go ahead and watch the video yourself. But this is 20 minutes long, so I'm trying to just make it best as possible.
It's been doing.
And here's like that proof of it. That was 81K, but $27,000 profit. So cool to have like those numbers, but profit is everything.
Pretty well, as you see, the conversion rate is doing good, so the profit has been there. Doing some retargeting, the retargeting is there, so like right now, so not doing too bad. But yeah, this is like my story right now.
Definitely, bro, definitely. So I know you've been running this basically since kind of like October-ish. Go ahead and run me through the analytics. Go ahead and run me through the progression you've had on this store and where you're currently at in revenue, and then we'll go ahead and cover the profit after.
Like for the past 2 months, I'm actually around like 80K. It's been doing pretty well. As you see, the conversion rate is doing good, so the profit has been there.
So this was a general store whenever I was running this one. So I still push that to this day. General stores are good because you're able to test out multiple products on one store without having to actually like, oh, let me go ahead and reconfigure my domain name, my product page, my logo, like all those little things. Like you just have one general store, test multiple products. When you have that one product do well, then you go ahead and scale from there. So that's one of the things that I got from that, and I still push that to this day. And what I would have done differently though, that I did put down here, was I would have done this a little bit differently with this method that I do now in 2024, which is the VTB method, which is validate, test, and brand. So I honestly would have branded this product a lot faster, and I go about this formula. I created a video talking about this formula. I'll put that inside like the pin above, but I would have branded this winning product a lot quicker rather than like waiting for that time frame, which I did eventually, like brand the product and made it all nice to scale it further. But honestly, I would have did that a lot sooner. So just adding on my take on that too as well. So that's something super fire. And then my conversion rate, so at 10 to 11, I talk about that. Let me see.
Steadily working on it.
Yeah, and I know you're talking about like your conversion rate. So like, what are some ways that you were able to accomplish this conversion rate of 4.65? Were you constantly editing your product page? Were you constantly putting yourself in a competitive advantage against your competitors? How did you end up having this? Because, you know, the typical industry standard is like 2.5%. So how are you continuously keeping that conversion rate high for that?
So the way that I was doing it, I would basically like every day take a look at my product page, see how my conversion rate was for that day, and then like make some changes if it wasn't looking too well. And I'll also like keep an eye on my competitors, see if there's anything that they change, see if there's anything new that they're doing, and then make my changes like that too as well. So really just looking at my conversion rate and then taking a look at the competitors, see if they're doing anything different.
Love this.
Fire. So one thing I would add on to that too as well is like whenever you're getting more purchases, you're getting a better idea of your customer. So you're knowing their desires, you're knowing why they're buying the product. So I really start curating my product page towards like their desires, because people buy either because it either makes their life easier or more convenient, or solves a problem, of course. But that's really the biggest thing, is learning more about your audience and your customer, so you can then curate your product page towards those people. And that's via email. You can do phone calls too as well, and you can just really see the reviews or read reviews to get a better idea of like why are people buying this product, so you can then display that on your product page to have a good conversion rate. But this 4.6 conversion rate is absolutely nice, especially over that time frame. So it was a very strong conversion rate. Like how you said, your typical standard is around like a 2.5%. So it's doing really well with this product page. So a couple things I would have added on to it, which is good. Your product page creates everything. If you don't have a good product page, you're not able to really get those people that come to your product page to buy. Like if they're not buying, then you're not getting profit. So that's the next thing, really go into like that proof of profits.
Profit since you have started, or we can show profit. So go ahead and run me through the profit since you have started this one.
So here we are, as you see, like the same numbers on there too as well. So if we scroll down, got some ad spend and all that, but the main thing is the profit. And as you see, like net profit right here is 22K. So 22K in 2 months is not bad at all actually. So yeah, that's a profit.
All right, cool, bro. $22,000 profit. I mean, in less than 2 months, that's literally absolutely crazy. I saw 27%.
Fire. Of course, like this guy went on, and the next day, like you're always getting profit. So by the time the video was out, was that like 27K profit. But one of the biggest things that you're going to hear us talk about next is like that profit margin. Like your standard is usually like 10-15%. This was at like a 27% profit margin. And I also created a 2024 video going over how to make sure that you have good profit margins, because that's what you're in business for. Like, yes, this is a cool number of $81,000, but profit is everything. So yeah, go ahead, check that out.
And profit margin, love to see that as well. Okay, so I do see the cost of goods being around 24,000. As we do scroll down a little bit, I do see the ad spend of around 31,000. So give me a rundown of this ad spend. Did you just have 31,000 to spend on this?
Man, I wish I did, but nah, I didn't. It's like every single day, I would just reinvest my profits that I got, and then we'll just dump it back in there. And it's crazy to even look at that number. I really didn't even know I was really spending that much. You just like, as time goes on, you'd be like, whoa. But yeah, just reinvesting to what you make every day.
Facts, because I started off with that one, which is at $600. So you don't need to have like a lot of money to start off when you get into like drop shipping or anything. I say anywhere from like 500 to 1,000, the more the better, obviously. But when it comes down to putting the money into the ads, they pay for itself. It's a self-sustaining business, because as you spend the money on the product and make the money back the same day, just keep reinvesting. Next thing you know, you're like, oh snap, I spent X amount on ads. That's crazy. When you get in that mode and you just focus day by day, week by week, you don't really focus on everything else as you move forward. And one thing I was at that time not too good at was constantly looking at numbers. I was always big on like building that revenue up. However, this was a profitable product, and that's what gave me the ability to be able to have profits too as well. So profits are everything. You got to make sure that you're selling the product for a good amount so you're able to sustain profit. Like that's generally everything. So, but one of the biggest things I learned from that is you don't have to have like a lot of money to really start off. Like you generally don't. Like I started this one off at $600. This was a hitter. As soon as I started the product, this first day was profit. That doesn't happen all the time. However, whenever it does, you just keep reinvesting that money into it. So yeah, that's one of the biggest things. The next lesson, that's lesson number 6 when it comes down to it, like profit, how to actually make profit. And that's why I created that video on how to finally make profit with drop shipping. So I will see once again at the pinned comment. And then now that's all about the numbers. Like that's really the biggest thing, and to kind of give you some more insight on like this product. This was a office product, a seat cushion basically. So you'll sit down and it didn't do too much. The cost of goods wasn't that much. Like it wasn't that type of product. So it was like a perfect product that you can sell and drop ship with. So I'm sitting at my desk right now. I need that product right now, but it solved the problem. And the creative that I was using, I wish I could pull it up. I'm probably gonna have to go deeper into this on another video, but the video showed the desire on how this product solved that problem. And then the product page did the exact same thing. I'm definitely going to be creating a video going over how to structure the product page and build the creatives, but the biggest thing is making sure that you showcase how this product solves a problem, display that on the product page too as well, and then you'll be able to get that high conversion rate. Definitely video coming shortly. So now the last 2 lessons are more so when it comes down to mindset, man. Like it's crazy. Like I said, looking back at my 21-year-old self and seeing that, like man, let's see. It's at 1520. Let's see, 1520.
What you want to do in this world. So how does it feel to be a part of Supreme Ecom, where now we've already helped over 70 plus students last year alone quit their 9-to-5 job? How does it feel to be a part of that and just changing people's lives?
It's definitely good, but I definitely want to get into like the environment, the like who you surround yourself with, and the people that you're surrounded by make up like who you'll be. So if you surround yourself with a lot of winners, you'll become a winner. If you surround yourself with some losers, you'll be that next loser. So definitely the environment is super important, and who I'm surrounded by at that Supreme team is like yeah, with some winners. So you'll definitely be the next winner as you see you see the numbers, man. So it's
And that's everything, bro. Like, your surrounding is everything. If you're not surrounded by people that are on the same type of wavelength or the same type of vibration, that are really not trying to do what you're trying to do, it's going to be super hard to really push through and make it happen. So being around that environment and being around people that are doing it and seeing them accomplish it too as well really puts you on that level of like, oh snap, I'm able to do this too. And that's exactly how it just went off and went crazy. So that's exactly why I have the free community, and I have that in the description below, where you surround yourself with people that are doing it. You got everything that you need, got the classes and meetings and all that. So like, just your surroundings, actually being around people that are successful with it, like that's pretty much everything. This is so crazy to look back at this video. Like, man, this is one super insightful video, and to honestly like talk some more about it too is like, that's why I would encourage people to start creating content too as well. Like, bro, I'm 21 years old in this video. I'm gonna be 24. This is 3 years ago. It's absolutely like insightful to look at, like the ambition, and to see that you still kept going. Like, come on, you gotta, man, that's everything. That's super everything. Now, one of the last one, this is why everything. This is why, oh, the why is everything. 1749. Let's see what my why was at that time.
But at the same time, I know people who are watching this video want to know, if I'm going to join, what would make me struggle? So what do you think would be somebody who would struggle at the same time?
Okay, so I know like some things like happen, as in like restrictions do happen, or like there's bumps in the road that will happen. So if the struggle is like, it's really a mindset. Like, you gotta really want it, and you gotta know your why behind it. So if you got that strong enough for you to keep going through those bumps in the road, you'll really do really well. But if you're weak-minded, or you feel like if one bump hits and you like already trying to give up, it's gonna be a hard road for you.
And no, I definitely agree with you.
Sheesh. Man, the 21-year-old me spitting game. Like, you definitely got to have a strong why, and being able to show that you can do it while you're young. Like, that was me at 21 years old, and now I'm 24, still doing the same thing, still helping out people to this day, and still getting those type of results even better now, and even more now, and even quicker now. So a big why behind it, and to show like there's people like us that like us, they like us, they like us. There's people like us that are really out here helping people and can do it at a young age ultimately, man. And being able to help the fam, help my little brother. It's just so many, like, your why is everything. That's the reason why you get up in the morning, the reason why you stay up late, the reason why you create this, the reason why you do that. And that's why I started off, like, whenever I was at my dealership job, like, I was staying up late, I was doing it throughout I shouldn't have been doing this, but you know how it goes. But as I was working, I was doing my dropshipping stuff, because like, yo, like, I'm determined to make this happen regardless. So having that big why takes control of everything, and that makes it go further. So man, it's crazy to look back at this video and seeing, like, you can, I'm gonna leave the link in the description of like this exact video, so you can even watch the full video and get the biggest take on it, and see like me at 21 years old and see me now, because the evolution is crazy. Next week is my birthday, like I said, May 14th, gonna be 24 years old by the time this video is out. To really be able to look back at this and get this type of value and get these type of game, like, these are still things I believe in to this day, and these are lessons that I would give to anyone starting off, to be able to hit results a lot quicker. Now, I'm definitely going to be showing the ins and outs on exactly how. These are just like the biggest lessons that I got from it, and I hope you got some game from it. Hope you got some true insight, learned a little bit more about me, and seeing like how long I've been doing it, and seeing like the growth behind it. And as always, if you like this type of content, you like what this video was about, definitely like this video so this can get out to more people and we can really push this forward, man. I appreciate all you guys. Hope you guys got some value from this. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.